Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, I know it's been a while since I uploaded anything, but it's my fault. But I did have to work on my son's car. His car come first. That's his only transportation. And then what I do on my car is just whatever. Mine is not important. But I did have some Camaro content for you guys, but I set it up. I bought a new tripod. Let me turn this around for you. I bought a new tripod for it to give y'all some better content. I was videotaping some stuff, some content. I was trying to run the gas out of this car because I was going to do the fuel system. But as I was videotaping it, hold on. So when I brought the video home to try to edit, they said that the content wasn't available or something like that. So I don't know what happened to the footage, but it's all good. Like I say, I was trying to run the gas out because I was going to do the fuel system on that car. I was just driving it around, making pulls, doing some good stuff, had some good content for you. But like I say, it didn't upload for some reason, but it's all good. And plus, when I was doing all that driving, I was trying to run the gas out, and the gas light came on. I was too far from the house. I had to put more gas in it. So now I got to run this gas out. But it's going in the shop Monday for some recall work. But anyway, so that leads us to this car right here. All right, what we're going to be doing today, man, we're going to be installing some of this, the fuel line kit for it. So what we got here. So what I'm going to do, just to give me an idea of what the setup's going to look like, I'm going to lay it out on the garage floor. So give me a second. All right. Get some of this stuff out. This is the return line. I think this goes to the tank. Let's say it's going to give me an idea. Fuel outlet. So this goes to the front. Let's see here. This stuff is labeled, but so I really don't want to rip this package off. This goes up in the front. This goes up here. Like this. Go to the fuel filter. This goes up this way. So here we go. This goes to the tank. Fuel filter. All right. So, fuel filter. Let me show y'all what I got. All right, so here's the setup for this thing. These right here goes to the tank. This is the return line. This right here goes to the filter, which connects to that. And this one goes up to the front. So yeah, so let me get this thing jacked up and lower the tank and we'll get started. All right, I got all my tools. So since I don't have a lift, I'm gonna have to drop these straps just to get enough room to lower the tank. So, all right. Take this thing. I'm just removing the nut. Hold on a second, guys. Hey, you know, guys, I have to bring y'all in to give y'all a good look of what I'm doing. So, like I say, I'm just taking the nut off. It's gonna help me out in the long run. And we have to unconnect all these fuel lines. Oh, these lines right here. All these wires right here. Definitely want to make sure. Undo that one. That's the only one. I think this is for the switched pressure switch to turn the other fuel pump on. Hits it. I think it's which one that is. And the ground wire. So, yeah. So now I just got to get up there and do those two 14 bolts. All right, let me get up under here and do these bolts. I'm going to leave it running, guys. So once I get up here and drop those bolts, I'm going to go ahead and lower the tank. And so I don't have to keep getting out underneath this car, turning the camera back on. So I'm going to do it in one take, hopefully. Yeah, this is the fun part right here. Trying to find out where that bolt's at. Oh, shoot. Where is it? Here it is. I'm feeling in the wrong spot. Y'all trying to get away from me? Oh, this is the fun part right here. Oh man, where'd my socket go? Oh shoot. It's always something. There you are. All right, guys, bear with me. This is the fun part. Shoot. And here I thought I ran most of this gas out. So now just got to undo these lines right here and pull the tank out. So the reason why, guys, I didn't do the fuel line the first time is because I just replaced these stainless steel lines. I ran them from these are brand new lines all through the car. I did it myself on jack stands. So that's the reason why I say I like to do all my work, try to do all the work myself. And these was kind of expensive. So let me go ahead and remove these lines right here. I can't believe till this day, man, as young as I was, I did all this to myself and didn't have no help, no YouTube. So I was solo solo, wherever they say. So let me go ahead and get these off, guys. So I'm having a hard time getting these lines off. Y'all know how it is. So I think I'm gonna have to do old school on it and pull this back. Pull one of these hoses back and shoot it with some WD-40. See if that helps. Oh, now. There we go. A little old school on him. All right, so I got the lines off. And the next thing we're gonna be doing is trying to find a good route. So what I'm gonna do, like I say, since I routed this myself, I'm just going to follow these lines and probably take it back over that way and run it that way. Make sure everything is cleared. You can see that. I don't know if it's focusing in. It doesn't matter, but I'm taking it in that way somewhere. I'm gonna follow. The only thing I'm gonna do is go follow these lines and just reroute it. So let's get it started. All right, so here, this is where we at. I raised the car up. Should be enough room for me to get underneath there and do what we got to do. All I need to do now is just get my light, get up under there, and we'll start figuring out how we're going to route it. So, let's be said, let's get up under there. All right, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to find the, which one is this? This is the return line. This return, it goes to the tank. So we're going to start with this. Trying to keep my paper, keep these wrapped. Oh, let me find out the end of this, guys. All right, so this is where we at. So right here is the fuel filter. And like I say, this is the line. We're gonna just follow everything around. I don't know if y'all can see this, okay. And then we're gonna go on around, just follow it, and take it back over there. So, all right, let's get it started. All right. So like I say, I'm gonna keep this on to cover this end up, keep from dirt and the dust and wherever the debris to get in this line right here. So I'm gonna keep it covered up. And we're gonna try to snake it through. All right, guys, let me snake this through, guys, and I'll turn y'all right back on. Okay. It's going. I just need to get on this back side and grab it. So as you can see, this right here, you see that plastic part, that's where I'm trying to get it out. So let me go around and push it out. I can't see it. All right. what am I thinking about? I have to get something to grab that and pull it out. All right, guys, so this is where I couldn't get it over that part, but I look like it's coming through. I just had to keep pushing it. You can see it's coming through right there. So let's see if we can just grab it down and see if we can get it to come through. There we go. There we go. Back on. Yeah. That's one, but I'm gonna pull it on through a little bit more. And we go from there. I just want to get it through there enough just to stretch this line out a little bit. Okay, it should be enough for now. Straighten this out. All right. So this is the next one right here. This is right here goes towards the tank, and that end right there goes to the filter. So we just have to snake this through there now. Here we go. My paper came off. Guess I could use it. The other one's better. Let's reuse this one. Slide this and all. Try this again. Right here is not cooperating. All right, gotta find it. My Guys, it's gonna be hard. All these lines up here, I got to work with this one. All right, so we got it halfway through. I ain't gonna lie, they gave me a fit a little bit. So all I gotta do now is just push it through just a little bit more. All right, let's see if I can pull it through that way. All right, let me see where I want this. There. That one should be good. I'm gonna pull that one too much. I'm gonna pull this one. That should be good right there. Because when I drop the tank, I don't know if I can see, when I drop the tank, I want a few lines. Because I know when I lower the car, the tank will probably be here. So I want these fuel lines to be right there. Somewhere in between there. So, well, we got that one done. Now, what I want to do now is remove that the stock fuel filter, and then we'll go for it. All right, so let's get this fuel filter out. Shoot. Oh, crap. So, guys, if y'all made it this far through the video, guys, man, hit that subscribe button if y'all have not subscribed. Like the video, share the content, man. Like I say, this is what I like to do. I like to get out here and mess with this myself. Even though I do some stuff wrong, I get out here and try. And then a lot of people give me help and tell me what I need to do. So that's the good thing about this channel, man. I'm just showing you my mistakes. I don't edit it. And I ain't trying to make it look perfect like I know what I'm doing. I know a lot of people probably edit their videos and stuff, but mine is like, what you see is what you get. You know, everybody go through struggles, but I ain't trying to make my installs make it look like it's flawless, but everybody goes through this problem. And I just keep mine's real. So if y'all like this kind of content, man, go ahead and subscribe. I'm pretty sure I'll be tinkering with something else pretty soon. So I don't want to bore y'all taking this off, man. Let me turn it back on when I get it off. All right, guys. I was wondering when all this gasoline is going to come out. I was like, shoot, where was you at when I'm trying to race somebody? Golly. But anyway, we got it out. Made a little mess. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And then we'll continue on, man. All right, so now what I'm going to do, since I got the filter off. Hold on, might be too close. Since I got the filter off, that'll give me an idea of where I need to put my new one at. So now we're going to take, oh, still more gas. I ordered some caps. They ain't got here yet. But we're going to take this line. We're just going to snake it down all the way down here. Like I say, just follow the regular stock, the fuel line right here. We're just going to snake it all the way back down through that way. So let me set y'all up right here. I hope this goes better than the, hold on, which way I want to go? Do I want to go over that or go in between that? I want to go in here. Will it fit inside here? Just think, back in the day, I had to lay on my back just to replace these lines. And that was fun back in the day. When I was a little bit younger. I want to keep this plastic on top of the head so I won't damage the threads. Just gonna pull it out here real quick. Just there we go. I'm just gonna pull it out there so I can cover up this fuel line, just fill this line. Well, I probably can take all that stuff off, but I really. Maybe I should go ahead and try to take this off before I damage it. That's what I'm gonna do. So, yeah, I'm gonna take it off. Yeah. All right, guys, give me a second. Get my tools and we'll take that off. And I'll reinstall it after I get up in the engine bay. All right, I'm gonna give y'all an idea where I'm gonna route this line. What I'm gonna do, I'm going to probably fish it behind this right here. And then, I don't know if y'all can see it. And then we're gonna go straight up and go straight that way. We'll be laying on top, right there beside that control arm. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's gonna be laying. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna give y'all best position. So I'm gonna take it over this. It's gonna be resting on top of that. It's going that way right there. And that way it clears this header. It'll be away from everything. So I'm just gonna go straight that way. And you can see this is where the other fuel lines are ran, this way. But I'm just gonna take mine and just go straight that way and secure it. And then go up towards the fuel rail and all that stuff. So let me get that started, guys. I'm gonna keep this covered so no debris get in there. So push it up in there. Come on. Take me through there. Take me through there. All right, there you go. Here we go. Here we go. Shoot. I definitely don't want nothing to get in this fuel line, so I'm gonna cover that back up. I'm gonna try to. Just a little bit. Anything, just cover it up. It ain't gonna stay covered up, so. All right, let me get up here. I'm gonna cover that line up, guys. I don't want no debris or nothing to get in that fuel line. So let me cover it up right quick. All right, so this is where I'm at. So I know y'all probably can't see anything, but it's kind of dark up here. I ain't got my light up here yet. But you see where I ran it over that, over the frame right there. And right there it's at. So it's right there in the front. So all we gotta do now is just fish it up in here and do what we gotta do up in this area. But now let's get the other line. So we installed this one. This is for the fuel filter. So this will go to the back and then we'll go to the front. So let me turn y'all back on after we install this, man. So before I put that other line on, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I want to put my fuel filter up there so it gives me an idea how much hose I need to pull to the front. So I'm just gonna snap this thing, put this thing together real quick. I ain't gonna tighten nothing down. I'm just gonna put it together and just put it up there. Just give me an idea of where I need to, how far I can pull that line through. I'm trying to find that other. Oh, there it is. I don't know if y'all can see me. Got this camera in a different angle. Put the O-ring on. But let me get this, guys. Let me get this done, guys, and let's see here. Let's do that. All right, so this right here is where I've got my fuel filter located at. So what I'm gonna do is be mounting it on this right here, the bracket. So basically after I get done, it'll be sitting flush like that, mounted. So, and then after that, we can continue running the line all the way down. So let me mount this filter. All right, guys, that's what it looks like mounted. I got it where I want it. I did push it out of the way to clear that muffler right there. So I might have to push it some more this way a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. I think it should clear. If not, like I say, I'll take my time lowering it down to make sure it don't touch this right here. But more likely, I'll probably push it some more this way. But everything is tightened down. Then I just need to route this all the way down and get it up in the engine bay. And then we'll work with that and we should be done. Okay, now it's time to route the lines the way I want them. I've been looking, if you can see, there's a gap. It's kind of dark down here. I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's a gap in between, right behind the power steering pump. There's a big opening down there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna run those fuel lines. You can see a gap right in there. Get a little closer. Right there. So that's where my fuel line is gonna come out at. And then we should be good to go. So let me get that routed. All right, from the instruction, it said if it has it has no chamfer like this, which mines don't. Where is it at? Mine's like that. It's like that. So we're just going to use some different washers for that. So I have to remove this O-ring right here, and then put a different washer on there. So let me see if I can find it. I put it up here. So we have to be using this washer right there. So let me go ahead and get that installed, and we're almost done. All right, the first thing I want to do, I want to make sure this fitting fits in here. So let's see. Try not to cross thread anything. Okay, so we good there. Go ahead and remove this O-ring. I just want to lift it up. Like I said, I don't want to damage those threads. All right. I'll put this O-ring in this bag. So it just says to use this O-ring only. So, all right, let's get this thing on here. So I'm gonna try this. I didn't put no Teflon or nothing like that on there, so we're gonna try and see if it'll leak or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up and we should be good to go. Also, on this side over here, let me show you. All right, on this side over here, I already got this attached. Like I said, I gotta tighten this up, but I did put some Teflon on this one right here. So I don't know if I should take, this came with 2 washers. I don't know if I should take that other one off or not. I don't know. We'll see. I might just take this second one off, and if it leaks, I just put it back on. But more likely, I might just leave it on there and see what happens. If it leaks, so what? I just take it off. As long as it don't leak back there, I'm good. So I decided to just go ahead and put some of this Teflon on there, just a little bit. And we'll go ahead and get this thing installed. So I'm sure it has to be sitting like that with the stem facing forward. All right. So trying to see. All right, moves so good. I just go ahead and tighten this down. And then we get this one installed, then we work on the other side. All right, we're gonna hold that down. Just tighten this up. All right. There we go. Just gotta reinstall it and then attach the line. We'll be getting close to be done. So I got everything tightened up. Only thing that I'm worried about, I should have took that other washer off. That's my only complaint right now. I should take it off. But if it leaks, you know, if it leaks, it leaks, and I will remove it. But I think I got it on there pretty tight. So I should have removed that. But what is done was done. Everything's secured on this side. Let's go on this other side and check. I'm gonna take this right here. I'm gonna show you what I got, what this right here is for. So on the other side, I got everything. Turn this light up. Yep. Everything's secured. So all I gotta do now, I just wanna hook up all these connections and then get these fuel lines down there where I want it, make sure they ain't touching anything. And then zip tie some stuff together. But before I zip tie, I like to see, I wanna turn it on and just get some pressure in the lines and see if it'll leak. So before, I'm definitely gonna hook everything up, but before I zip tie everything the way I want it, I'm gonna go to the back and we're gonna go work with the tank a little bit. All right, you can see that I bought some of these little caps right here, these little vacuum line caps. So what I've done, just in case, I might not switch back over, but just in case, I put them on my end of the fuel lines right there. Hold on, let me get this light together. Hold on. Okay, you can see it right there. I just put some caps on that one. And get y'all upside down real quick. Right there. So I got caps on both of them, just to keep it clean so no debris will get up in there, just in case I want to decide to go back to stock lines or anything like that, so I don't have to worry about anything being the lines. All right, guys, let me button this up. We done up here. Like I said, we're done up here. I just got to put my belt on and put the rest of the stuff on and clean that wiring up right there. And then we'll go on, tie everything down and go on to the back. All right, so I got everything buttoned up from the top, from the front. I done double check, make sure all my lines are clear. They're not rubbing against anything. I got them strapped around. Some lines down there. One of them strapped down there. But everything else is, I double check, everything look good. All the lines and fittings are tightened. So let me get underneath the car and show you how I routed it. All right, so this is how I got it underneath. Let's see here. Hold on, guys, okay. Everything is good and tight. I got it strapped down here. I used some thicker ones, thicker wire ties on here. A couple of thick ones right here. So I went around, and then it goes all the way underneath where my old lines used to be. So I think I got enough distance right there from the header right there from the heat. I wanted to try to go a little bit further to the frame right here, but since these lines are a little bit stiff or tight, I didn't want to go that route. I didn't want to put no bends or nothing like that. So, but yeah, so that's the way I got it. Let me switch hands. Hold on, guys. So I got everything up at the frame, secured. Now I need to do is go to the end to the tank. So we get on that. All right, now we in the back. Now all we gotta do is connect the gas tank. But before I do that, guys, I wanna remove this fuel pump out here and check the filters and everything at the bottom of the fuel tank to make sure everything is good, the filter's not dirty. So I'm gonna do that while the tank is down. So let's go ahead and remove his fuel pump. Well, I ain't gonna remove it, I'm just gonna check the filter. So let's go do that. All right, the first thing I wanna do, I wanna get much debris off this as possible so it won't go back in the tank. So I'm just gonna wipe around and dust some of this debris and stuff away from the sending unit. So let's get that done. Poke that down right there. So I'm get as much of this dirt and stuff away from the fuel. I do have an air gun, but I don't feel like plugging it up just for 5 or 10 seconds. Let's see here. This. Oh no, I'm gonna. That is hooked up to a ground right there, so I ain't gonna fool with that. Now, I remember when I first put this in, I had a problem putting it in. So this is a Racetronix double pumper. I think it's like 2 3/4. I really don't want to remove this whole thing because it was a pain getting in here. Let me go get my flashlight so I can look down in there. I don't want to pull that pump out. All right, guys, I really couldn't see anything, so I've been working with this. Thing about this thing got 2 filters. I'm gonna try to bring y'all a little closer. Okay, this is it right here, guys. So as you can see, I think the filters are pretty good. Like I said, I really don't want to take it all out because it was a pain getting in there. I remember that much. And I can see at the bottom of the tank, everything looks good and there's no debris or nothing like that. So I'm just gonna put it back in there. No sense me taking this out. So I see the filters are pretty good. All right, let's put this thing back on. I do remember when I bought this pump, I had a problem getting in it. I'm putting it in. I even had it called Racetronix. Like, man, this thing ain't fitting in there. And they said you just gotta massage it in there. So So that's what I did. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get these lines hooked up and get this tank back in. All right, before I drag the tank over here, I'm gonna have to remove some of these rubber fittings off here, these rubber lines, so I can install these caps right here to put over these fuel lines, and leave one for the vapor canister in the front, which I'll probably go ahead and remove. But I want to cap it off down here at this end, but just in case something's wrong, I want to just cap it off up there in the engine bay. So, all right, let's get this done. So I had to drop lower the car back down. So next thing we need to do is go ahead and connect these fuel lines. So what this is it unscrews right here, like that. And you just place these over the fuel rail for your fuel line like that. You see that? And then all you do is just slide it on. And then tighten it up. That's all we gotta do. So another thing I forgot to bring up, guys, that you do have to cut these little nipples off. I try to stick it into the fuel line, and these nipples right here is hitting. So we got to trim this off. I'm just gonna take the nipple off and see how far. I think that should be good enough. So I'm just gonna take it off. I went to Harbor Freight and just got some blades, man. I couldn't find my cutter, so this is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these stuff cut off, and I can turn y'all back on in a few minutes. So this is what I came up with, guys. So it works a little bit. So it's almost through there. It's almost off. There it is. All right. Whew. Let me see if I can find something to deburr this real quick. I don't know if I got any sandpaper or something, but we'll clean that up real quick. All right, I don't have no sandpaper, so I found this. I found this right here from one of my grinders. Got a little bit of all right. Get all these metal chips out of here. I'm gonna see if I can get something to clean these lines out just in case. So hold on a second. So what I did, I went and got me a Q-tip, soaked it down some alcohol, and just going in here and see if I can get see if any metal shavings in there. So I got a little bit out. You'll see there was some in there. That should do it. Now all we gotta do is just attach the fuel lines and it should be ready to go. All right, guys, I kind of screwed up. On the video, you've seen where I cut the nipples off. I wasn't supposed to have done that. What happened was they sent me the wrong fuel line kit. They got two of them. One's for the old generation style hanger, which one I got, and then they got a new style. They sent me the fuel line for the new style, which the fittings right there, these fittings wouldn't fit that. So I didn't know that, so I cut those nipples off. But the one that I needed, they had the correct ones that fits over these nipples right here, the end part, and it's supposed to secure it correctly. But since I cut that off, ain't nothing I can do. So I reached out to Boost Crew, and they ordered me another hanger, which this hanger right here is for the new style, and nothing right here bolted up on this right here. So I had to wait till after GS Nationals to get this stuff correct. Get it correct. Shout out to Boost Crew. They got a hold of Racetronix, and they came up with a solution for me. So hopefully they're going to take care of me. So with that being said, guys, stay tuned for that video. We'll get this car back up and running in no time. But they did take care of me, so we're just waiting on parts to come in right now. But it was my screw up, but they helped me fix it. So with that being said, guys, it's your first time watching the channel, hit that subscribe button. Oh, you know the drill. And I appreciate y'all checking out the video and the support, man. With that being said, guys, I'm out.